I have never felt like a hoe so much before in my life.
This how we gonna do this. Fuck Mob Deep, fuck Biggie, fuck Bad Boy as a staff, record label, and as a motherfucking crew. And if you wanna be down with Bad Boy, then fuck you too. Chino XL, fuck you too. All you motherfuckers, fuck you too.
What's up, Financial Hawks? It's your man Eric. And in today's video, I wanted to go over the federal employees right now who are working but not getting paid. I know over like these last couple weeks, the primary concern or the primary videos we've been seeing online have been with the SNAP benefits, food stamps or whatnot, and that being discontinued in November. But I'm rarely hearing anything about the actual government employees who have been not getting any type of paycheck for over a month.
Hear one more person or read one more comment that says, oh, you'll get paid when all this is over. I don't know why you're worrying. Getting paid when all this is over is not paying my bills today. We are dealing with the consequences of someone else's actions. So don't you dare blame me for not being prepared. Oh, you should have money in savings. Oh, you're a federal employee. You should be prepared for this kind of stuff. No, that's where you're wrong. I shouldn't have to take out of my savings because someone else can't do their freaking job. Meanwhile, I'm here being essential, taking care of people, and I can't even do my job, but I'm the one getting yelled at and cussed out because still someone else's actions. Have some compassion.
Okay, yeah, I think she's making some actual good points on this. I have seen, like, when I was paying credit cards, some of those, like, you'll see like a banner talking about if you are affected by, this thing, you can call this number and they'll be able to help out. I guess with just bills in general, because I saw that too on my mortgage when I was paying that. They also had like a banner talking about that. So, like, thankfully there are some programs, but again, I don't know exactly the intent or I guess how much these credit card companies and or mortgage and all the other bills, how much they're actually helping out. I don't know if they're foregoing the amount they're going to have to pay that month or for that week until the next month, or are they just doing it like, hey, you don't have to pay a full amount right now, but only a percentage right now? And I think that's a big thing. Maybe I can just shoot them a call and do a video talking about that. But yeah, this is like close to the holidays as well. So it's like, even if some of these people did have some extra money set aside, it may have been for gifts. It may have been for the holidays. So now they're having to go into that money if they even have any extra money. So yeah, I definitely agree with her on a lot of these different things. You can't be getting mad at them for still going to work, still applying themselves, still out here doing what they were supposed to be doing, the essential work, but yet getting punished, getting attacked, etc., from random people online who wouldn't even want to do this in the first place.
Going to get it's day, I think 29 of being furloughed, and Halloween's in 2 days, and I'm just now going to get my kids' Halloween costumes because I have not the funds for that. Like, just genuinely, we have not had the funds for that. The only reason I'm even able to do this now is because I had to pull from my retirement, and mind you, I've only been there less than a year, so I asked them, what do y'all want? And they're showing me things, and I'm like, we can't get the $30 costume y'all are wanting right now because there's 4 of y'all. It's not feasible. We don't know how long this is gonna last. And I'm just so like I did something wrong. And it's so hurtful because I get the cause, I get the reason why. And I know people are going through a lot with SNAP benefits being possibly cut. I get it. But most, if not all, I'm willing to bet federal employees before this did not receive SNAP benefits or any type of assistance, period. And now with everything happening, and it takes forever to get, trust and believe, like, I worked myself up to get here where I've been on food stamps. I did everything right. Everything right.
Yeah, this one's a tough one to watch because you feel for him. And yeah, being an essential worker, working for like the government, for example, in this case, you going to work, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, right? You going to work, your 8 hours a day and whatnot. And yet you're still not getting paid over a month. And then we don't know exactly when this government shutdown is going to actually end. And then when it does end, you then have to wait until the actual payday at that. So it's not like as soon as it ends, everybody, gets their back pay. I believe you're going to still have to wait until your actual payday, whatever day that is. So you could possibly have to wait like 2 weeks an additional 2 weeks on top of that. And again, this is Halloween. Halloween just passed for me. However, we got Thanksgiving coming up real soon. And then we got Christmas and all the, I guess, other holidays during that time period as well. Yeah, you got the Black Friday sales that people are going to also miss. I forgot about that too. Cyber Monday deals also, where I guess you could try to get something a little bit cheaper. You're not going to be able to afford that because, again, you're not getting any type of paycheck. I think they said like most Americans, they're like 1 or 2 paychecks away from like being like broke or in debt or something. And yeah, there's already been 2 paychecks at the very least, but they're probably going to end up missing like 3 to 4 paychecks during this period. So yeah, I definitely feel for them. I definitely feel for them. And if you are experiencing this right now, I definitely want to hear your thoughts on this in the comments. But yeah, you are working, you are applying yourself, not like you're just asking for free money, and yet you're still being affected with no pay.
Just pulled up to the office. I am a deemed essential federal employee. Lucky me, day 31 of the government shutdown. And I'm really, truly believing that the government should pay us interest for wages owed on these paychecks that are coming to us at zero. Today, we're going to have to validate our time cards because we're supposed to get paid next week. And again, we will be putting the same thing we put last time, which was, I think, furloughed employee or something like that. Something like that. I can't remember exactly the coding that we had to put, but it essentially meant that we were using our time to close out a timesheet that was going to basically bring us $0 on payday. So that was a slap in the face. And then we actually got these LESs, and that was a slap in the face because 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. There are so many expenses that we are incurring that we will not be reimbursed. I've done a whole video about it. Late fees, overdraft fees, putting things on credit and having to pay interest, having things deferred, but the interest is still building on the original principal.
Yeah, that definitely sucks. I was talking about this earlier on some of these videos, but I didn't even think about the actual other expenses like the interest rates on top of different things. So yeah, you may go to your credit card site, maybe go to pay your mortgage or whatnot. And yeah, they may defer it, but you still may end up having to pay interest on that still. So it's like you're still going to be losing a whole lot more money. And again, you are doing what you're supposed to be doing, correct? Working your 8 hours a day, maybe 9, maybe 10. And yet you're still going to end up having to pay a whole lot more money at the end of this, regardless. Late fees, I didn't even think about that as well. It's like so much different stuff that you don't even think about that you pay, monthly. And now after not being able to pay for any of that monthly, now you got all these interest rates and all the other stuff just kind of just adding on to that will make it really hard for a lot of people right now, for sure. And this was day 31. And I'm not seeing any time soon that this government shutdown is going to end. So, I mean, this could be another month, maybe, possibly 2 months. That would be crazy. And again, this is like during the holiday time. It'd be different maybe like in January, February, but this is during the holiday time. So yeah, lots of people are going to be having a very, not only sad like Thanksgivings, but probably Christmases as well, because again, you're going to have to go ahead and start paying back all this stuff when you finally do get this paycheck. And when this government shutdown is over, again, you're not going to be getting paid right there, right immediately. If I'm not mistaken, you'll just have to wait until your actual pay date, your, whatever week or bi-weekly date that is. So again, you're going to even have to wait even longer. So with people experiencing this right now, yeah, you definitely have my condolences for sure on that.
So I'm one of the lucky people who work for the federal government, and I'm considered essential. And so currently we've been going to work and not knowing when we're going to get paid, right? And it's big news. So this is something that's being talked about on social media, on the radio, on the news every day. And I got savings, so I wasn't necessarily tripping at first, but it's still like, who expects to go to work and get paid in the IOU, right? The bills don't stop. The bills don't care. And I have 3 kids, and me and my ex-husband don't really get along. So it's not like he's going to do anything extra or help anymore or anything like that or whatever. So, I've been just having conversations with my friends because people know where I work or whatever. And I'm so thankful and grateful for people who are currently on my team, because it's motherfuckers telling me, don't touch your savings. Don't worry about it. You're going to be good. When they give you your shit, you're going to be straight. Like, don't trip, don't stress, don't worry about nothing. And it's not even just one person, but multiple people who are like, yo, I'm gonna give you whatever I can. Or like, and I don't want to cry. I'm about to cry. I'm such a crybaby, but I want to cry because I'm not normally in a situation where I need people to do much for me. I'm always pouring into other people. So now that I'm in this position and to be in the other end and know like people got me how I got them, like I am just grateful. But the moral of this shit is the government really need to get this together because it's people who may not have people around them who can help them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you got people around you right now, especially who can help out, yeah, definitely take that. Because I mean, again, this crazy times, and a lot of people are in dire situations. Now, what I'm thinking, a lot of her people who are helping out right now, they probably have already been through other government shutdowns because this isn't like the first one. I think the last one was like, I want to say it was like 30 plus days or something along those lines. I don't know. Then you got to 40. So yeah, there are people right now who have experienced maybe one, two, three, multiple government shutdowns. So again, this isn't like something like super brand new. However, the amount of time, that's what is new. We don't know if this one right now is going to be the new record because again, I think the record is like 35 days or something along those lines. For all we know, this could be 40, 50, 60, etc. days, I guess, technically speaking, right? So that's a lot of time just to not worry. So, it's good that I guess you have some employees or I guess friends, that camaraderie going on right there that can help out at least like through that first month. But again, like a lot of people are going to have to lose some of their savings. They're going to have to use XYZ. And regardless of all of that, by the time that they do get paid back and all that, they're still going to have to pay that interest rate. I mean, the interest that was sitting maybe on stuff that they could defer. They're still going to be having to pay that. They're still going to be paying late fees. They're still going to be paying stuff regardless. And then you got stuff too. You got like gas and other essential things that you need, for your car, for example, to get to the job and XYZ and other things like that. Not even including all the holiday stuff that you may want to get. So again, if everybody ends up having like a smaller Thanksgiving or smaller Christmas this year, this just may have to be the case because again, a lot of people are out here not only being affected by the SNAP benefits being, removed, but also you got the people working for the government who, again, supposed to be doing what they're supposed to be doing, working their 8 hours plus, a day, 40 hours a week, 40 hours plus a week, and yet still not getting paid. So you're pretty much just working for free until it ends, until you finally get paid.
Husband is a government employee that still has to go to work during this government shutdown. So our days look basically the same. He goes to work, but he's not going to be getting paid during the shutdown. And yet our bills still continue. And we are on day 8 with no end in sight. And so I was going to tell you some of the bills that definitely need to get paid regardless of if we get paid or not, right? First is our mortgage. We've already paid it this month, but it's $2,630. This month we still need to pay our water bill, which is $93. Our electric bill is like $161, I believe, and our garbage bill is $63. So we pay, I think on average, I would say between electric and water, we pay about $300 a month. And then preschool for my daughter is $345. So those are kind of like set bills. Now I will say we still have gas because my husband still has to go to work. So $150, and then groceries. And I think we could probably do about $600 a month. We were very tight. And so that total minimum, we need like $4,200 a month to like live. And it's not like I can just go get a job because we have young kids at home and my husband still has to go to work. The bills continue, even though he's not going to be getting paid.
I like how she broke that down with the essential payments that you had to make a month versus the other stuff that people may not be thinking about, like the gas, XYZ, maybe something can break, repair costs. You got so many different things that you don't even think about. That's why I think it's good. You don't have to do it monthly, but maybe like every few months looking at your credit card or your debit card, like statements and kind of just see what is coming out of it. I've caught things in the past. I'm like, oh, wow, I don't really need this anymore. And being able to take it off. Like even like small things like LinkedIn Premium, for example, back when I was like looking for my current job, I had LinkedIn Premium for a minute and I didn't even realize I had it still on my account. And it was like, why am I paying like $30, $40 a month over several months and I already have a job that I already want? I'm not even using this product anymore. So yeah, if you're watching the video right now and you are experiencing this, or maybe if you're not even experiencing this right now, I would look at your credit card debit, statements here and there and just see if there's anything there that you may not actually need anymore. Because it's a lot of small things that you may have gotten at one point and didn't even realize that they're still taken out because it's so small. It could be some subscriptions or different things of that nature. And then that can add up a lot. But yeah, that definitely sucks. Again, You working, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, yet you're still not getting paid. Yeah, I wonder how many people would do that for any type of other job. If you say, hey, I want you to work, but you can't get paid though. But I still need you here and I still need you doing X, Y, Z, but you're still not gonna get paid. It's like after a while, it can get wild. And this was like day 8. I can just imagine like her current videos, like after day 31, after day 32, day 33. And I may actually end up going back maybe and doing like another video reaction to some of her more current content.
31 of the government shutdown, and we have officially not received 2 paychecks. And first of all, I just want to thank everybody. Like, the amount of support is insane. I never expected that video to blow up. I am not on here trying to get sympathy or money or anything from anybody. I'm genuinely just trying to share my story, and many of others that aren't sharing but feel the same way are going through the same thing. Federal, furloughed or not, like point blank period. I think we're all going through something in life right now and it's insane. And I'm just tired of being quiet and suffering silently. I am about like real life. I also did want to address some things, like also seeing just a lot of like ignorant comments. I'm gonna just be like straightforward. Ignorant comments that aren't even necessary. Comments about like, you think I'm crying over a Halloween costume, but that's not the case at all. And it's deeper than that. I'm not entitled. I am far from entitled. Like I said, I'm not on here for sympathy. But another thing that I don't like is people saying it's this party's fault or that party's fault, left, right, orange, green, blue, pink. And the fact of the matter is it doesn't matter, because guess what? At the end of the day, whomever, whatever side you're on, they're still up there getting paid and eating, while you and me and the rest of us are suffering. Because don't get it twisted. We're all suffering in some shape or form. Y'all, you can't tell me you're not.
Okay, she's making some good points. Yeah, talking about, I feel some type of way. I can't buy this at this point. I can't buy my kids this at this point. And not just that. Again, people are really struggling out here. And then again, we've been talking about the SNAP recipients a lot. That's bad for the people who actually need it. And just like this is bad again for the people who are supposed to be doing what you're supposed to be doing, going to work, doing your 40 hours a week, still not getting paid. And on top of that, we have the high inflation. We got, everything is increasing. Bam, bam, bam there. We got all the different layoffs going on at this time. You got UPS, and they dropped like 40,000 people. Then like Amazon, like dropped like 40,000, 400,000, 100,000. Like it's so many different things into play right now. Other companies dropping out people. Walmart saying they're going to be going on for a 3 to 5 year hiring free so they can go ahead and focus on the AI of things. It's so many different things going on. And she made a good point. While all of this is going on, the top people are still making bank. The top people are still making bank. So hopefully if you're watching this video and you seeing all this craziness going on, hopefully you can start transitioning yourself to either be one of those top people so that you can still get paid during the dire situations like this, and or find adjacent ways for you to make money, not relying on just one income, like working for the government and you got stuff like this happening, but having other sources of income. Her making this video right here, I don't know how many viewers, how many followers she has on TikTok, but she could potentially be making some additional income right there. She posts that on Instagram, posts that on Facebook, posts that on here, posts that on there. She can make additional income. So you can have multiple sources of income. Maybe like a long time ago, maybe you could like rely on one income and do pretty well, 90% of the chance. But in today's time, I would not rely on just one source of income. Even if it's something small, having additional sources of income, if you're not in that top position, can help out a lot, especially during this crazy time. And I think it's going to continue to 2026.
I have never felt like a hoe so much before in my life until I went through my 3rd government shutdown. I am told I'm required to come to work. They can fire me. They cannot give me back pay. I'm not allowed to speak about certain things on social media. I'm not allowed to go on the news and speak about certain things. Let me tell you what I have gotten since this government shutdown has happened. I've gotten 2 $15 food vouchers that I have not used yet because I haven't ran out of food yet. It's coming. But I'm only allowed to use them in the airport. I can't use them to feed my family. We have gotten 2 meals from Chick-fil-A and some sandwich place. They catered the break room. We all got that. We had 1 or 2 days where we got meals at TGI Fridays. This is all 1 meal a day while I'm at work, nothing to do with the house. And then my phone decides to ring. But I'm on social media and I'm watching all these videos of people commenting on the government employees. They should have savings. They should have this. They should have that. But there's people that have just become parents. There's people that have just bought houses. There's people that are building their credit back. Me. They want me to take out a loan where they have to run another hard inquiry on my credit to take me back 3 steps that I just got from. And then on top of that, it's a loan. I don't know how long this is going to last. You give me a $2,000 loan. I have bills that are going to exceed that. I get 4 times that in 1 month. But you expect me to pay my bills with the $2,000 that you're supposed to give me and not tell me when the government's going to open. This is why I drink.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people right now have been drinking, have been doing a lot, when they get back home from all this craziness going on. But yeah, that definitely sucks. Again, I'm not going to put any type of blame on the government employees who are experiencing this right now. All the people talking about, oh, you should have XYZ. I bet you 90% of the people commenting that don't have that themselves. That's why that's what you see on most of these channels or most content was like the negativity. I said 90% of the people saying XYZ aren't actually doing it. Kind of like not even going with like politics and the government shutdown and the job layoffs and all that. Even going to like things like fitness. If you go like the fitness channel, see somebody doing 225, like, hey, I just hit the new PR. You have loads of people in the comments like, yeah, that's nothing. That's nothing. I did that when I was 5 years old. Like, a whole bunch of cap. Whereas like the actual percentage of people who can actually bench press 225, I think it's like 1% of the whole world population. They're like something super small. So yeah, all the people, commenting and saying XYZ, a lot of them are just haters. A lot of them are projecting their own insecurities on you. Like that's why I don't even like deal or like even like reply or even look at the stuff. I just block you. So, or just on YouTube is a way you can like hide the users. So like you never see their comment. So I guess they can continue commenting and you'll like never see it. No one will ever see it. So yeah, if you're a government employee and you're making videos online, don't worry about these haters. Just go ahead and block them, hide them, or don't even like really even look at the comments for the most part because like they don't understand or they do, but they're just, I don't know, low IQ, something going on with the brain. But yeah, it definitely sucks. She could just $15 vouchers and she's not able to use those for her kids, her family. That's wild too. You would think they could at least double that and allow them to use it at other places. Only use that in the airport. Come on now. So I got to bring my kid to the airport just so I can get some food. You use this $15 coupon. Come on now. Come on now. I'm glad she's talking about also too the loans, you getting the loans or whatnot, and still having to, pay at the end of that. Because again, that $2,000 loan, your payments and bills and all that stuff is gonna be over that. So you're still gonna be having to pay. So it's like no matter what, you're gonna be having to pay more than what you should have been paying at the get-go because you were doing what you were supposed to be doing. It's different again if you're doing stuff illegally or doing XYZ, but you're supposed to be doing right. You're supposed to be working, right? You're an adult working and you're still not getting paid. I don't see how people could, again, be looking at these government employees and side-eyeing them and not side-eyeing everybody else who have, been allowed to, cause situations like this, yet still get paid while the regular people are out here struggling. But anyway, guys, if you haven't already, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.